So you're thinking about moving to Old Town Alexandria? Well, in this video, that's exactly what we're going to cover. I'm actually going to take you around and show you a little bit about everything you need to know about living in Old Town. By the way, if you haven't seen our full vlog tour on Old Town, you can definitely check that out. But in this video, what we're actually going to do is jump into my computer so that I can take you around on Google Maps and show you a little bit about everything you need to know about proximity to DC, major commuter routes, shopping, dining, entertainment, and what it's like to live in Old Town Alexandria. And we're gonna get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and tapping that bell for notifications so that you'll be the first to know when a new video is uploaded each and every week. My name's Amanda, and the team and I get calls every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Northern Virginia, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Northern Virginia. All right, so here we are looking at Old Town. And as you can see just on this overhead map view, Old Town is not a large area at all, but wow, what it lacks in size, it makes up for with what it offers in terms of the boutique shopping and dining, the waterfront, the farmers market, and just the architectural history and charm of the area. It really is just a beautiful place. Whether you live there or not, it's a beautiful place to even just come and visit. So what we're going to start off by doing is showing commute time from Old Town into DC. It's not a bad commute at all, about 20 minutes, just depending on where you are. Let's see what we're looking at right now. Yeah, about 23 minutes. You're going to be looking at anywhere from 7 to 10 miles, depending on where you're living in Old Town. And depending on what traffic is doing, you could be looking at anywhere from as little as 10 minutes up to probably 30 minutes if traffic is just really, really bad. Let's jump over and head over to the airport. Reagan National is the closest airport and only about 10 minutes away. There is a metro stop at Reagan, and there's also a metro station in Old Town, King Street Metro. Let's show you that. If you don't want to drive to the airport, you can easily metro there. Lots of bus stops in Old Town as well if you're not in walking distance to the King Street Metro. Let's come over to the metro. Show you right here, King Street. You've got the King Street station right here. And this is also not too far from Amtrak. This is the Amtrak station right here. So depending on how you want to travel, you could also take the train very easily from Old Town as well. Let's come over and also jump to Arlington because that's such a popular employment hub and it is very close to Old Town. Only about 20 minutes to get into Arlington if that's where you're going to be working. And the last one we'll do commute-wise is heading into Tysons, also another popular employment hub in our area. You're looking at, it can be anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, just depending on what time of day you're commuting and whether you're heading in on, we're showing 495 right here. That's what the map is showing today. But another option is 66. Just depending on what area of Old Town, which side of Old Town you're coming from, and then whatever traffic is doing that day. Because as you all know, if you've watched any of our other videos, Northern Virginia traffic, it's tricky. It's just a way of life here. And when you live here, you learn to just work around it and accept it. So let's jump back over. I'm actually going to come back to the King Street station because directly across from that is the George Washington Masonic Temple. Let's zoom in a little bit on that temple. You can see that right here. You can go through the museum. It's got an observation deck. This is definitely more of a tourist attraction. but it is beautiful. I drive past this just about every day, and it is beautiful to look at, especially in the spring and summer. The grounds are beautifully landscaped, and it's worth checking out. It is also right off of King Street, which is really the main drag through the middle of Old Town. King Street, you can follow this all the way to the waterfront, and it's where you'll find a lot of the boutique shops and restaurants. You can see as we're scrolling down here, you've got the charming hotels. The Lorient Hotel and Spa is very popular. But then coming further into Old Town, you can see Pacers Running. That's actually a really popular running shoe store in our area. They have a couple of locations. But as you get further down in here, you've got the Fresh Baguette, Augie's Muscle House, and Beer Garden. Augie's, we mentioned it in our vlog tour. Their mussels are delicious, but they actually have really great chicken wings too. If you're a fan of chicken wings, that's a good place to go. Jenny's Splendid Ice Cream, they've really become sought after in the area. Misha's, Murphy's Grand Irish Pub, Old Hat Bar, La Madeleine, the Alexandria and Old Town Alexandria Hotel. That's a beautiful place to stay, and you can walk up and down King Street really easily. And then the closer we get to the waterfront, we have the Old Town Farmers Market. That is definitely very popular in the area, and great place to go on a weekend if you want to get fresh meats, cheeses, baked goods, jams, meat. They pretty much have it all. Of course, veggies and fruits as well. But let's come down here and definitely want to show you all the waterfront. That is obviously very popular in Old Town and really is one of the big factors or big draws to the area. So we've got Blackwall Hitch. That is a very popular restaurant that is on the water. They've got great outdoor seating there. And then if you come a little bit further down, well, before we do that, we've got the harbor. If you want to walk around and see the boats, that's certainly appealing as well. But if we come a little bit further down, we've got Vola's Dockside Grill, Mai Tai. They've got great Thai food there. You have Virtue Feed and Grain. Chadwick's, really well known in the area, very popular with the locals. You've got Ada's on the river. You've got Barca Pier and Wine Bar. This is actually, you have to be a member there. I have a couple friends who are members, so maybe you can get in that way. That's the only reason that I've been in there. Just so many shopping and dining options. And what's unique about Old Town in our area is it's a lot of boutique restaurants and shopping. So it adds to the charm of the area. And while we're here, let me zoom back out a little bit, because the other thing about Old Town is all of the waterfront parks. I'll go from one side to the other. Jones Point Park is definitely a great place to start out with because it is home to the Jones Point Lighthouse, and it's one of the few river lighthouses that's left in the United States, and it's actually the only one that's left in the Chesapeake Bay area. So it's definitely an attraction, not just for tourists, it's locals, and this is a beautiful park that you can stroll around. You've got Ford's Landing Park, you've got Windmill Hill Park, Shipyard Park. You can come up here a little bit further, go past here, you've got Founders Park, you've got Orinoco Bay Park. Orinoco Bay is one of my favorite parks. You can go right up to the water and just soak in the view. It's so nice to be on the water. The other thing about Old Town is daily needs are all close by as well. You can see right here, you've got Jetcher Harris Teeter, you've got Trader Joe's, you've got Whole Foods that is a little further west. Anything that you need in Old Town, if you live in Old Town, you could walk to it if you choose to. It is a very walkable city, it's a bikeable city, and you of course also have easy access to Uber and Lyft. I will say one downside of Old Town is parking is not the best, but that sort of comes with the way of life and you definitely get used to it. But if you live in Old Town, aside from depending on where you might work, You definitely don't need a car if you live in Old Town for, daily needs or getting out for entertainment wise. The other thing that I want to show you all is the Torpedo factory. And that is another one that it is a tourist attraction, but it's also very popular with the locals as well. Let me zoom in here a little bit more. It's just off the waterfront, and you can actually walk through here. It's home to many artists, and you can see them actually working on their art as you go through, which is really nice to see. So it's entertaining as well. You can certainly get souvenirs there, but you don't have to. And the Torpedo factory is actually a former U.S. naval torpedo station. And in 1974, it was turned into the art center. Very popular place in Old Town Alexandria. You can also come up here, as I'm seeing, hopefully you all are seeing the same. There, I could go on and on about the restaurants. You've got the fish market, you've got South Block Juice, you of course have, Banks if you need those, you've got Dolce Gelati, you've got Taco Bell if you want to just go with, fast food. You have Lavender Moon Cupcakery. That there are a lot of cupcake options in Old Town. Lavender Moon is one of my favorites. Their chocolate cupcake is to die for. You have Sarah Campbell Women's Clothing Store. They have very beautiful high-end women's clothing. You've got Kids Consignment. You've got Fontaine Cafe, La Madeleine, Starbucks. You've got your CVS if you need to hit the pharmacy. You've got Chipotle. You've got H&M, the Light Horse Restaurant and Bar, Ross if you want to do a little bit more affordable shopping. You have Hen Quarter. Their chicken and waffles is, I would say, one of my top 5 in Northern Virginia. It really is good. You've got Sweet Green. You've got the Majestic. The Majestic has been in Old Town since 1932. It really is a staple to the area. I think it goes without saying that you could eat in Old Town for the next 6 months and still have other options to choose from. And the other thing about Old Town is the history. If you want to do a guided walking tour, you can do that. You could do a ghost tour. I'm going to jump over here to Prince Street because Prince Street actually has portions that are still cobblestone. So if you're looking to sort of embrace the charm, it's not great for your car, but walking, it really does just add to the ambiance of the area. And it's fun to see these extremely old buildings. The architecture is fascinating, and the amount of history in Old Town is really impressive. There is no shortage of museums, tours, gardens, and you can just soak up what life really used to be like, including on Prince, where you can see there's still some cobblestone streets left. That pretty much wraps it up for Old Town. I think the takeaway with Old Town is it's a prime location. There are incredible shops and dining that are boutique small businesses that you won't find anywhere else. You've got day spas, you've got your, daily needs, grocery store, you have an escape room, you have movie theater just, 5-10 minutes away. Anything that you might want is in walking distance if you live in Old Town, but it's also easy to take public transportation if you want to do metro to get into the city or head to the airport as well. It really is a great area. We will tack on some footage that we shot of Old Town to give you a better idea of what the area looks like. And as always, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. And we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Northern Virginia. Until next time, we hope to show you around town.